Well, hello there. This is Jerry. And in this video, which I'm sorry I didn't mean to scare him. I just scared the crap out of my dog. So that sucks. Side note, scaring people is fun. But not too fun. You don't want to get don't get so, into scaring people that you make it your habit. You make it your hobby where you're like, and you scare people because you might give someone a heart attack. So, a little bit more about me as a person, as Jared. For the longest time, in my early 20s, and even before that, I had always felt, which this is going to make sense to a lot of people, and it may not make sense to a lot of people, but at the same time, I really do feel like this is a step that needs to be taken, even if it's not necessarily the step that should be taken, directly. I mean, I guess it is a first step. At least admitting to you, who are you? What's your name? Oh, that's a cool name. Anyway, so a little bit about me is, from a, in my early 20s, it was always kind of hard for me because I always kind of felt like, I was supposed to be a woman. And I know a lot of people say that, and I know that there's a whole lot of, there's a lot of people that take issue with that. Like, if you're a man, you should want to be a man, and if you're a woman, you should want to be a woman. But some women want to be men, and some women want to be men, and some men want to be women. Kind of got a little confused there, huh? And I'm one of the ones. And just before you say anything, I know that there's a lot of stigma going around about, well, if you're a man and you want to be a woman, well, you must be a homosexual. You must be some kind of sexual deviant. You must be some kind of pervert. Nope. It's just the way I've always felt in here and in here. That I was supposed to be a woman. Reason being is because, growing up, I was always interested in what the girls were doing. I wanted to do what they were doing. And I would much rather been, dressing up Barbie and putting her in all kinds of cool outfits and all kinds of styles. But as a man, as a boy, you can't really do that without having someone think that you're some homo. So yeah. So yeah, and then later on, just recently, well, I guess kind of back up, in the past 5 years, and I would off and on had gotten to the point where I was like, okay, I'm gonna make the call. You're gonna make the call, me down here on the screen. I'm gonna make the call and get this taken care of. We're gonna rectify the issue. We're gonna fix my gender dysmorphia. Cause that's what apparently it is. Gender dysmorphia is when you think and feel like you're supposed to be a woman. But clearly I'm not. I don't really seem like a woman. But I guess you don't really know me too well, do you? Because again, a lot of people will say that you need a therapist or you need someone to say, oh yeah, you want to be a woman. I've been wanting to be a woman for years. And so again, off and on, I'd gotten to the point where I'd gone online and I'd found a place and I had set up an appointment and then I canceled before it actually goes through. And again, the reason is because I mean, how do you really, how do you do that? I mean, how, I mean, when everyone knows you for so long as a man, and come to find out you wanted to be a woman the whole time. It's kind of like, how do you really approach that and not have anyone, you know, disown you? So that's been one of my biggest fears, which is why I'm telling you, whoever you are, hopefully you're not a bad guy. But if you are a bad guy, hopefully, I don't know, who cares? You know? Uh, so yeah, I've always kind of wanted to be a woman. Again, not because some perverted, fantasy, but just because that's how I felt, how I feel. And it's not until recently, that I was watching all these other YouTubers who have made a successful transition and look amazing. A lot of them that I'm subscribed to, a lot of them that I comment on, you know, uh, that's it really does mean a lot to me, when I see that, because it really, makes it that much more clear that, hey, this is something that I could do sometime to, to make myself happy, to make myself feel, good about myself. But the thing is, with the world going so crazy and everyone just at each other's throats anymore, it just feels like maybe my happiness doesn't matter. That maybe I'll just live and die as a man, and will never transition to what I, feel like I'm supposed to be. So hopefully somebody watching this video, transgender YouTubers that I have subscribed to and commented on, hopefully you'll watch this video and want to reach out to me, or just anyone who watches this video and just says say, hey Jared, I support you, because I'm really afraid, like how I've recently stopped smoking weed, which is good, because that's a whole other mess of problems that I really do feel like needs to just be, and I know a lot of people like smoking, but I just feel like it's I don't really need to spend my life anymore, spending my days trying to get high again, you know. And I also kind of feel like it was just a cover up. I kind of felt like every time I was feeling like you know feminine or whatever, I kind of felt like I need to do something to kind of dumb that down, to kind of suppress those thoughts. And what better way to to do that than to get high? Which that only hides the problem, that doesn't really fix it. You know, if you hide the problem, it doesn't really fix the problem, does it? If you're sweeping the floor and you put everything that you swept up underneath the mat, guess what? You still have a mess. And so I still have a mess. I still have a mess. I still have a lot to figure out here. I don't know when I'm ever going to figure it out, but again, I hope that Blair White or Rochelle or Rachel Peacock, or, and I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to say other YouTubers' names. I guess you'll get, I don't know, but who cares? But hopefully they'll reach out to me, and say some positive words or something to help me transition. Well, I'm messing around with this thing down here a lot. I'm really nervous. So if you watch this video, just understand that saying this is hard for me too. It's really hard to grasp. But I really do feel like this is a step in the right direction. So hopefully, somebody will reach out to me and give me the resources. Give me the the courage to take this step to transition. But anyway, if you like this video, subscribe, like it, okay? Later.